Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carlos Garcia from the Frat Chat Podcast with a very important announcement. It's not a bird, it's not a plane, no! It's a ball trimmer sent from space! Gentlemen, our friends over at Manscaped have been working night and day to bring you a below-the-waist grooming experience like none other with their brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. We're talking about a next-generation trimmer with interchangeable blade heads for whatever shave your mind can imagine. Upgrade your grooming game to the Ultrasphere this year by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with promo code FRATCHAT. High tech for low places with Manscaped. Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, hi.
Hello.
That sounded like a wonderful way to start the new year. Happy
New Year.
how are those?
New
hello?
year, new
Can
you.
Simo be the gay one, Ron?
What?
That hello.
You want me to be the gay one?
No, I thought Simo was the gay one. You're that hello.
I mean, I can share responsibilities.
He was like, hello.
Hello.
You sound like a young Michael Jackson.
If you want to suck the producer's dicks, go for it. I'd
That's
be
right.
happy to share these responsibilities.
Oh no, I have TMJ. No, I couldn't do that.
I didn't before, but now, relatable.
That's why my favorite job other than hosting the show is being the producer. So we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge!
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the Frat Chat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new year and a new edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the Frat Chat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Timo Moore and a special guest for today, Ron Prendimano.
Hello.
Hey. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. How is everyone? How's your holiday?
It was good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Ate too much, drank too much.
Yeah. Worked. I worked on New Year's Day. That was fine. But yeah, otherwise it was good.
Oh.
No, I chose to. Because you get double pay. So why not? Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I got double
nice.
pay for it, so it was good.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
I put on
I'm
10
pretty
pounds this month.
Just this month alone.
Just in December, 10 pounds.
From the holidays
Did you
or
guys put on? Yeah, did you guys put on any holiday weight?
no?
Surprisingly, I did.
No, I'm about
I was
the same.
Also working out. I was getting my pump.
I know your
in,
shoulders
so
look
I could
lovely,
now-
Carlos.
Yeah, right. I think the eating actually gave me my fill of protein to get a little.
Eating will do that, yes.
So,
I got a
good.
fill of protein from my producer.
That's right.
No.
It's a great guy.
It's amazing what I
He's also his
Full of
birthday
call
week.
pack.
amazing what I had to do to be a guest here. It's insane.
That's right. That's why Ron has to record from.
I have to I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada right now. Yes, that's right.
Sign some paperwork after
Yep.
that.
Oh, wait, Vancouver is in Canada?
Well, there's one in Washington State, but nobody really talks about that one. Most of the time when people say Vancouver, they mean the British Columbia.
Yeah, the original.
I
right?
thought British Columbia were islands.
There is the island where Vancouver Island, Victoria's on Vancouver Island. I think you can take a boat there or something.
So Simo knows every Vancouver. It's at the one you're at. It
Yeah.
seems.
No, I thought British Columbia were the islands in the Caribbean.
That's the British Virgin Islands you're thinking of.
Oh, probably. I don't know.
I'm surprised they didn't ask you if it was a British Columbian.
The Bride of British Columbian. Huh,
They don't exist,
He's
just like a
British,
black
not
Russian.
Colombian. Yeah.
delicious drink.
That's right.
But yeah,
Well, Mr. Mo and Mr. Prendimano, I got some news for you guys.
talk to me.
You're pregnant.
No, it doesn't. That hasn't taken yet. Apparently,
Keep trying. I'm sure
definitely
it'll.
trying.
I'm sure it'll happen one day.
I'm sore as hell.
Oh,
and, Julie won't give up with that fucking turkey.
Oh
one
my
day.
god. That one usually works.
One day.
A tale's old as time. Usually works.
That's right. You just gotta
He
hold
calls it
your
a turkey baster. When I was younger, we just called it a pacifier.
He just called him Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve.
But anyway, yeah. Breaking news in the world of sports here at the Frat Chat Podcast. Coming from the town of New England Patriots, where legendary coach Bill Belichick, after 24 seasons and 6 Super Bowl trophies with the team, has announced he's stepping down
Ciao.
from the Patriots.
Goodbye, Bill Belichick.
We don't really know where he'll go next, but we do know is that they're trying to make it look like this is like a no hard feelings exit. We love you. When in reality, there's some heat there.
Robert.
For example,
Robert Kraft was so happy to see him go. Let's be honest.
That's right. Robert Kraft
So
himself,
happy to see him go.
He was quoted privately as saying, "Bill had told me Tom Brady couldn't play anymore, and then he goes out and wins the fucking Super Bowl."
Yes, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, and then Tom Brady was even quoted privately as saying, "He doesn't know what he is losing," and like talking about him. That's pretty dramatic, Tom. But he was right.
100% right, though. Yeah.
And meanwhile, he's like on Instagram, like tweeting like little or posting little hearts and like, "I love you so much, Bill." But, everybody thought that he was retiring. So my question is, what do you think about this, Ronald? And should Belichick retire, go somewhere else, move to Tampa and try to take them to the Super Bowl like Tom did? What do you think?
So I don't think he should move to Tampa. Absolutely not. However, I think he should sign a 2-year contract, see what he can do without the Patriots organization, and go from there. That I think a 2-year contract is good enough. He'll be 74 when he retires, if he retires. Let's see what he can do in 2 years. If he's that good of a coach.
That's fair. That's definitely fair. And I do think that he definitely did not give Tom Brady enough credit for the success that he
Obviously
had,
not.
Epic team that they had.
Obviously not. He's had a losing season since Tom's
hopefully-
left. I believe it's a losing season.
That's right. He's lost a fuck ton of games since. More than 50% of the games.
Like who are the quarterbacks after Tom left? They had Cam Newton for a minute.
Yep, for like a week. Then they had Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, which yeah,
that's doing that. And then who else?
Yeah, I that's the thing. You can't even name the quarterback anymore. But you can name the quarterback before Tom Brady. Drew Bledsoe.
I can't.
Oh yes. And Tom Brady was his back. And when it was his, I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of people who were good about knowing when it was time to step down, when Tom Brady was made the starter, he could have been a little bitch and not done anything. He decided, nah, I'm gonna help the young guy.
Yeah.
Get ready. And he knew that his time was limited, and rather than being a little bitch, he helped Tom Brady become Tom Brady.
So, yeah.
That maybe Bill should.
But I don't know. I think Bill should try one more team. Let's see what. But if he does retire, I mean, he's got 6 rings.
That's right. And fuck all the money in the world.
Yeah.
Which is
go fucking retire. Go relax.
He just my thing is I think his like old school mentality of like the Patriot way, for example, is something that just doesn't work anymore. Like you can't fucking I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the coaches now are all like leaning younger and cooler. And
look at Miami. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
exactly. It's like no one's gonna listen to some old fucking white guy like telling them what to do like that.
Yeah.
So he's got to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady loosened up in Tampa Bay.
Oh, he was a completely different Tom in Tampa. He was a completely different Tom.
He went from like the most hated man in America to like one of the most loved guys.
I hated him up until he went to Tampa. Now I have his jersey now, and I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Florida needed something.
Yeah, we did.
Anything.
We did.
Well, speaking of cutting the fat, do you guys get a lot of advertisements for a product called colon broom?
I don't actually. Well, I say that because with all like the IBS shit I look up, yeah, I probably should, but I do not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you Googling, SEMA? Yeah.
Nothing. I just talk about poop all the time. And I think it listens to me.
The poop listens to you, or the internet listens to you?
Little column A, little column B. But I know that Carlos talks about poop too, so I was wondering if maybe he got some advertisements for colon broom. It's this drink you drink. It's supposed to help you with bloating and like constipation. I guess I don't know.
Before every podcast episode, SEMA turns around and says, "Alexa, listen to this." Starts talking about poop for 53 minutes straight.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. My Alexa's in the other room. I have a Google listening in.
Hey, Alexa, predict the fart, and she goes. Good job! Oh my god, good job! You're getting so good at this.
Artificial intelligence. This is great. This is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys are you guys super regular? Meaning like the time of day is consistent every day when you take a dump.
When I wake up,
Every
yeah.
morning, my morning one is consistent, but there's always like a later one in the day that it's more like Russian roulette. It's gonna come sometime, but I don't know when. You just gotta be ready.
Hey, let's say you take a dump every morning at 8 a.m.
Okay.
But your work needs you to come in an hour earlier. If you try to go to the bathroom and couldn't, if you were on the train at 8 a.m., is it like
my stomach would start to rumble? That used to happen to me in my PR days all the time because I had my poop. I synced it to be there from when I got there. I would get to work at like 8:50-ish, so my poop was like around like 9:10. I would come in, drop my shit off, grab a little coffee, put it in, take a couple sips, get the email running. After those first couple sips, stomach's like, "Hey buddy, time to drop a bomb here." And I was the first one in the office, so it was awesome.
Yeah, see, I try to get it all out before I get on the plane. Because being a flight attendant, I don't like doing it on the plane.
But my thing was sometimes I would have events, and like I would have to come to work earlier.
Yeah.
Later, be at places, and then when 9 o'clock would pop in.
I'm a 9 a.m.er.
What, Chris?
Every day at 9 a.m. I'm a 9 a.m.
I'm not even up at 9 a.m. half the time.
Yeah, now I'm more of an 11 a.m.er, I think, like 10:45-ish. I started waking up a little later and eating breakfast a little later, and I think it is tied to my coffee consumption. Whenever I have coffee every morning, it's usually around the same time. As soon as I have coffee, my stomach's like, "Hey, buddy, evacuation time."
Evacuation. Run.
Yeah.
But anyways, speaking of shit,
Yeah.
I got to tell you guys a little story that left me laughing, a little bit shocked, and just kind of disappointed in some facets of the entertainment world because
Does
the
this have to
worst
do with
part
my
of
mom?
comedy. What's that?
Does this have to do with my mom and a trip to Ocean City, Maryland?
No, not this time.
Huh?
Okay.
We'll talk about her shit in the bag later. This is the worst part of stand-up comedy has spread to the fashion.
Oh,
Because Julie,
How so?
I got you guys, and I don't know if for listeners out there in the stand-up community, there's a little thing called a bringer show.
it's a rite of passage, if you will.
It's a rite of passage. When you start out, you're having experience. You're going on mics here and there. You want to get on a stage.
You want stage time? Bring people. Bring seven people. It's usually 7. 7 to 10.
You got to get on these shows where you have to bring guests. It's like 7 to 10, sometimes 5.
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky with 5.
But here's the thing: the tickets are usually expensive as fuck. The shows are loaded with like 83 motherfuckers, all doing 5-minute sets. It's hot as fuck.
2 drink
It's
minimum.
awful. That's right. It's expensive when
Perfect.
you're there. And note, everybody's usually starting out, so the show is shit. And it's like 3 hours and 40 minutes.
It's always a long
Everybody's
show. It is.
there.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's awful. They're always
Oh,
awful.
okay.
I remember when I was starting out, I did a show that was so fucking long that the host came out and was like, "You guys ready for more show?" And no one in the crowd answered except little old Asian lady who was like, "No, show too long, show too long," and everybody started clapping at her, and the guy didn't know what to do. And he was like, "Oh, well,
Too bad.
we got 3 more comedians." I was like, "No!" It was the fucking worst. But
I hate that. And I also feel
these
bad
things are also
for the-
predatory usually. They prey on young people who, don't know
Sure.
anything. And
I was
too
gonna
many
say-
producers do these for way too long, and they focus only on that, and they kind of lie to people to get them there, even in the mid-level, and then you realize it's a fucking bringer. And they're awful. But
Yeah.
anyway, the point being,
Few names just went through my head. Yep.
that's right, my sweet little Julie
No.
went to a legit casting recently for like a Hulu thing, like
Oh, cool.
And at this casting, I guess somehow her information got passed along to another agency, and I say this in quotations because this agency sent her a message saying, "You've been pre-selected from a previous audition to go on a modeling shoot taking place in New York City's Fashion Week. To get more information, come to this Zoom meeting. It's a pre-casting. We'll give you more information. 7:30 p.m. on the day of whatever." Julie goes on it, and it's like I said, it's over Zoom. So I'm nearby, paying attention just to make sure, it's legit. Because something in it, I don't know, something was weird about it in my head. And as I'm hearing them talk, they open up the conversation with, "We know it's such an honor to be pre-selected for this casting because it's going to take place during Fashion Week, and it's going to be loaded with so many celebrities and stars, but you never know who's going to be there. And there's probably going to be agents checking you out all the time. They start filling you in with that bullshit."
It sounds familiar.
I've heard this before. And then all of a sudden, they get to the point. You have to bring 8 guests to the day of the shoot, and each ticket is $65. So 8 times 65, and if you can't bring the guests, you can pay for the equivalent of the 8 tickets yourself.
65 a pop?
That's right.
What do you get with that? Just
nothing.
admittance?
It's a
It's a
how it is.
bringer.
You're gonna get a bringer show, and for a fact, like, it's gonna be just like the bringer shows in comedy, where like there's gonna be one like semi-known comedian in the lineup that they use all like some of the money from all of the fucking tickets to pay. That the comedians are kind of like, "Oh yeah, I sort of know that guy," and so you feel like you're doing something, and the people in the crowd are like, "Yeah, I sort of know that guy," but then the show is semi-enjoyable from that part of the thing, from just his 10-minute set, and it's the same shit.
Oh.
It's like, who is it going to be?
Well,
And
I was gonna say, like,
65
if there's a meal and drinks included with the 65, I'd be
Nothing.
down.
it's like attendance. You just go.
No 2 drink
sit
minimum
there.
even?
No 2 drink minimum, but you pay. I mean, that's 8 people at 65. That's $520.
Jesus.
So imagine if you wanted to cover that just yourself, just to walk.
Jesus.
You could pay less to see a fashion show with actual supermodels.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you could, at that point, seriously, I'll pay $200 to let Harvey Weinstein piss on me just to get in. Yeah, I'm like,
What?
I'll save the money.
Yeah. At that point, you might as well. I mean, somebody.
Anything's better than
Yeah,
that.
God.
And here's the worst, though. Just like I shared a story on the pod about this agency for actors that was just schemy and bullshit. It was actually still around. But the point being, just like I went to that and I left, they were like, there's a percentage of people who just are clinging on to the hope that this isn't bullshit, that sign up for this shit. And like there were people, there was a chat where people were asking questions and stuff. Oh, and another thing on the Zoom, no one could see each other. And when you asked questions and didn't show up to the people in the chat, the person reading it, who you couldn't also see, would basically read the questions themselves, the ones that they pre-selected.
Huh.
But people were signing up, which is crazy. So there's suckers everywhere. I don't know.
That's
just fucking awful.
65 is a lot. That's a lot of money.
And Simo, you did fashion for years. You modeling for years. Did you ever hear of a bringer in fucking
I've
fashion?
never heard of a bringer fashion show.
That's
ever. And
ridiculous.
I mean, I've been out of the business for a while, for a good 20 years. But when I was rocking the runway, I'd never heard of that shit. Never. I only heard of it in comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's fucking wild. I feel like it's the only industry where it even makes any sense, because I mean, you're talking for 5 minutes. Really, how much harm can you do? You bring a bunch of business to the show, but anything else, like,
you do a lot of harm in 5 minutes.
That's true.
A lot.
Ron would.
I've done it.
Have you done the industry night at Broadway Comedy Club?
No, I haven't.
That's like iconic.
Yeah.
It's painful, but anywho, I can't believe that's a thing now. And moving on to more shit.
Yum.
I got another news story for you. Right here. Frat Chat Podcast. Shout out to Fox 35 Orlando.
Why?
For the story.
Why's it gotta be Florida?
You know where it's coming from. Because
it's always Florida.
A Florida man has found himself behind bars after allegedly cutting his 2-year-old cousin in the penis while babysitting him in what officials said was an attempt to circumcise the kid, according to Holy Hill Police Department, which is very appropriate. Holy Hill!
What?
His name is Timothy Powell. Was arrested and charged with aggravated child abuse after the incident that unfolded in Daytona Beach on October 17th, according to a police report. He was watching his 2-year-old cousin while the kid's mom was at work, and their grandmother and grandfather were at home at the time, but were both asleep. Apparently around 7 p.m., Powell called the mother to tell her the boy was bleeding from his penis area as glass had entered his diaper, the report said. Powell added that he tried to wipe it off, causing the skin to break. The boy was taken to a local hospital where he had to have his skin glued to repair the injury, the report said. Now, the hospital reported the incident to police because they feared some type of abuse was happening at the residence, and then the home had surveillance cameras inside, luckily, which showed Powell changing the boy's diaper and then walking away with an unknown object in his hand.
Oh my God!
The baby was then, The baby was then seen screaming and crying before Powell returned to put the diaper on. Another video showed Powell apparently frustrated as he manipulated the boy's diaper. Other footage from the day allegedly showed him, which I don't know what they said. Allegedly, I guess.
Not proven yet. Not proven yet, I guess.
If it's fucking footage, you're seeing it. But the footage showed him yelling at the toddler, squirting him with a water bottle, and threatening to put soap in his mouth if he wasn't quiet. What a fuck.
How old is Powell?
Yeah, how old was this guy?
He is in his 30s. So
Jesus.
Fucking crazy. But he kept saying that there must have been a piece of glass in his diaper, is what he told police. And then he became frustrated and started to lose his temper, is what he explains it at. And
why won't this cut?
He may have pulled the boy's penis downwards with too much force and began to wipe him very hard. It did not intentionally mean to cut him. So this guy is going to be beat for a while. He remains in Volusia County Jail for $100,000 bond. And the child protection teams determined that his statements were not consistent with the injuries, so he's just crazy. So here is our question. Ron, what do you have to say for yourself?
Huh?
How many times have we fucking told you to clean this mess in Florida up, Ron?
Oh.
Do we have to gift you sexually questionable cowboy boots with lifts for you to try to do anything?
Okay.
Ron?
Okay. We're gonna calm down right now. Okay.
Ron,
Okay.
sick, man.
Listen. Comete, por favor. Okay.
You gotta do something about this. Like, you.
I'm not from Orlando.
You're the king of Florida.
I know. No, that's even for the shit I've heard in Florida throughout living there, and that's some sick shit, man. That's insane. It's like, no, you know what? I'm gonna fix this right now. Like, wow. Call a rabbi, Jesus Christ. Well, not really, but that's insane.
That could have caused a fatal infection, and so as far as I'm concerned, that guy should be tried for attempted murder.
And it's his little cousin. I mean, that's probably his sister or brother, and like, holy, like, just mutilated their kid. Like, that's fucking nuts.
So what should you have to have?
I wish there's something I can do, but that state is so fucked.
I blame
Florida,
you too.
I didn't go in Florida.
Yeah, he was probably sober too. That's the scary part. He was probably sober.
He probably watched a video on YouTube and then wanted to play doctor. I blame YouTube for everything.
You know, that's fair. That's fairer than blaming me, Carlos.
Nah, we can both agree that it's Ron's fault.
Yeah, well,
guys, he's supposed to be the king of Florida, and this is all happening on.
I'll try better. So. I think you have the wrong Ron, but okay, I'll try better. I'll try harder, try better. I don't know. See, Florida came out. I can't talk anymore.
That's right.
All right.
Well, anyways, you guys, it is time to get to why we're here today. Because Mr. Ron is here. And it's a new year.
It's a brand new year.
That's right. It's a great year. 2024. Day after my B-Day. We record this. However, not everything is good here at the Frat Chat Podcast. Because we know that us comedians, we live here in the East Coast, and we, most of us, are stuck in apartments where you're very close to some very questionable characters, very questionable / annoying things to interfere with the happiness in your life. However, sometimes these questionable characters can be you, and you don't fucking know it.
No way.
That is why we're here today. We're here to see if either Ron or Simo or one of these questionable characters are doing questionable things that ruin the happiness in your life. And if they're so, how bad are they? Because this episode is called Bad Neighbors. These two are going to face off one-on-one, pants off, ready to have some fun. Wait, what? And we're going to find out who is the worst neighbor between these two here at the Frat Chat Podcast. And why am I not competing, you guys? So many people may ask that because I already won the King of the Gays tournament here at the Frat Chat Podcast. And some people will be like, Carlos, I thought you're supposed to be gay to be the King of the Gays. Well, you know what they say, $200 is $200. So I don't need any more gold. I don't need more glory. I'm here to give it to these guys. So we got Bad Neighbors, Ron versus Simo in the house. Let's see which one of these guys is the worst right here on the Frat Chat Podcast. Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Poppy.
And
I'm a fucking delight to live.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
We'll find out.
I'm lovely.
We'll find out, you guys. I have 18 questions.
Holy shit.
Right here. A lot of
questions, okay.
But I feel like we can do these quickly. Yeah. Don't take too long. Then we'll see. Okay. Question number 1. Just to start. On average, are you nice to your neighbors, mean, or you ignore them? Nice equals 0 points. Ignore is 1 point. And mean is 2 points. And note, you guys, this is like a never have I ever situation. And the person that has the most points in the end is the bad neighbor. So you don't want to have him a lot of points. Here.
Okay.
Again, nice, 0 points. Ignore, you get a point. You're kind of mean, 2 points. We're gonna go by the honor code here. I think these guys.
I'm nice to my neighbors, and I'm nice to their dogs too.
Okay.
Can I do a 0.5 on that one? Can we do a half one? Because sometimes I ignore them and sometimes I say hi. It depends. I guess I'd say nice. I'm usually nice.
Well, he just admitted to ignoring.
So, yeah, sometimes it depends on the neighbor. Some of them are assholes.
Well,
just saying. I guess I'm that asshole. Cut this one. I win.
Ron.
Well, Carlos, you're keeping score.
I'm keeping score right now.
Okay.
Simo is at 0 points.
I guess I'm at 1. I'm at 1. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Question number 2. Are you what some might consider a loud walker or stomper?
If there's stairs, yes. Absolutely. If there's stairs, my little legs can't, it's hard for me to go down the stairs. So I'm like, boom, 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 boom. It's like the biggest munchkin that could kind of thing. Like, that's me. But in the hallways, no, I don't think so.
And in your apartment, you're pretty good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm not too bad at mine. No one's ever complained about me stopping. But yeah, no.
Okay. What about you, Simo?
I have the exact opposite schedule of my husband. And so normally when I'm off, he's working, vice versa. And so when I wake up in the morning, I tiptoe because I don't want to wake him up.
Oh, that's nice.
So I can't imagine anyone complaining.
I make a lot of noise. I wake Jess up all the time.
Well, you just answer that. Simo is at 0 points and Ron is at 2
Really
points.
Reevaluating myself here in 2024. We got 16 more questions, baby. Come on.
That's right. That's
16
right.
more.
That is very true. The king of the gays, I started out losing and then I came back with an epic comeback.
I'm the nicest neighbor. I'm so friendly. So fucking friendly.
We don't know.
I'm a fucking pleasure.
A joy to be around. A joy.
Damn it.
That's why he's recording this from Vancouver again.
I'm working.
Question number 3. And again, this is the honor code here, you guys. Do you drag furniture that you could easily pick up on the floor, like chairs, when you have people living below you?
Chris, you can go first.
I just bought a new rug and I lifted everything. So no, I don't drag furniture.
Too long to answer.
It depends on the furniture and if Jess is there. If I have help, I will pick it up. If not, I might drag it a little.
Okay, what is the latest draggable furniture? What would you consider draggable furniture? This will determine whether you get a point.
It's a couch.
Yeah, but you can't lift it on your own.
You can't lift the couch on your own.
Okay.
That's fair.
Then there was a small table that I picked up, so.
Okay.
I think you're a picker-upper.
I'm not quilted.
That's right. That's right. He has to wear a human diaper.
Picker-upper.
Bounty.
Okay, so I will not give either of you a point in this one. I think that's fair. A couch, you can't fucking pick up on your own. So Simo's still at 0 and Ron at 2. Okay. Question number 4. And this is when we're going to get to the sexy time.
Oh, no.
When it's sexy time at the Prendimano or at the Morehouse, does your bed or floorboard squeak when you bang, forcing your neighbors to hear your sexy time? Yes or no?
I mean, technically, my floor is squeaky. I just don't have sexy time.
When when you're married, no fucking. That's basically.
Yeah.
So, true story. We've lived in a few
I never
different places,
realized how
Jess
much
and
my
I.
boys
So
down below
sometimes
some
no.
TLC until I found
In one
Manscaped.
building, our neighbor didn't
With
complain.
all their awesome
However, when I
products,
lived
they
with
make my boys
roommates
feel
from
like
college,
kings. And I owe it all to you,
apparently,
Manscaped.
him and I had it out one night, verbally, nothing crazy.
Because AI is
friends.
cool and all, but I think
And,
that this might be the biggest
He told
technological
me that he was
advancement
tired
the world
of
has
hearing
ever
us
seen.
having sex.
I mean,
And
think
I
about
should
it.
go do it at her
Every man
grandma's
knows how
house.
scary it is.
He basically
when
told
you
me
gotta
I
go
can't
in
have
for a
sex
close
there.
shave below the belt. It's terrifying. That's why
I said,
I
fuck
trust
you, I
only
pay
Manscaped
rent,
for all
and then
my
I said, I'm
sensitive
leaving,
areas.
goodbye. So
Inside
yeah,
this
I
package,
guess when
you'll
it comes
find
to
the
sexy
star of
times,
the
I
show, the
I guess be a
Lawnmower
bad
5.0
neighbor at
Ultra,
times.
baby. Their 5th generation
Are you
trimmer features
vocal
2
during
interchangeable
sex?
next generation
Oh,
skin
yeah.
safe blade heads. I stand to
Sometimes
work
I
and
can
take a
be,
little
I'll
off
be
the top and a
honest.
new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart
Yes.
desires. Typically, your butt.
Exactly.
We also
That's my
have dual
house.
LED spotlights to
Who's
provide
your hot
contrast
chubby?
and multiple
Who's your
skin
chubby
tones.
hubby? That's
3
right,
length setting
yeah.
combs. And
Who's your
oh,
peanut
did
butter
I
filled
mention this
pretzel?
trimmer is waterproof too? Because it is.
I hear my
It's totally
neighbors
waterproof.
all the time.
Yeah,
It's
I
gotten
just
so
said it,
annoying
so remember that.
sometimes when
And no more wet shaving
Shut
down
something
there.
on the ceiling.
Count
Shut
me
the
in.
fuck.
Because we're talking 3
But-
length setting combs for all your desired legs.
no, we-
And
you know, we-
oh,
we don't- we
did
don't
I
wake,
mention this
We haven't
trimmer
awoken
is
grandma, so I
waterproof
guess we're
too?
doing all right now.
Just in case I didn't say it before.
Well, to be
I
fair,
said
she's
it.
deaf.
It's
She
waterproof.
just got hearing aids, so
Remember
we're
that.
fucked now.
Write that down.
Okay.
Tell your friends. And taking it on the go, well, Manscaped has you covered.
Exactly.
Because this puppy comes with a travel case
To be on the
and
safe
even a
side,
travel
he
lock
just turned
feature
down
to avoid
rocks and
any
tangled a
accidental
little bit, so
powering
she's
and
No,
or
she's got
weird
the
looks at the
she's got the
airport.
CPAP.
'Cause
She's
it's totally
already
a
on
ball
it. We
trimmer.
can't turn it down.
That's all it is in
unfortunately.
there. I swear to God, officer.
So she's
And this right here is on the cutting edge of cutting pubes. So upgrade your ball trimmer right now, and your life will follow.
it
And
wakes
get
you up.
20% off plus free shipping with the promo code FRATCHAT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code FRATCHAT at manscaped.com. I can promise you, you've never seen a ball trimmer look like a spaceship. So get yours today from our folks at Manscaped.
Yeah. I try not to. Sometimes I'm little spoon and I try to hold my fart in, and then if I do, I know that it's gonna wake me up at some point in the night. It's gonna creep back out.
I don't wake myself up, but I've definitely awoken Jess up before.
Fart.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
God, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Told you, IBS.
Well, you guys, SEMO is still at 0, though. And this time on a technicality, because I guess you can't be loud at sex if you're not getting any.
Well, what about when you were getting some? Let's change this up a bit. What about when you were getting some?
When the few times we've done it, yes, the floorboards are squeaky.
See?
So right
See?
Okay,
See?
so we're going to give SEMO a point.
I'll take a point.
SEMO 1, round 3. SEMO wants to take a point here so bad. He's like, I'm not a loser, you guys.
I'm not a loser. I'm not a fucking loser.
You're not.
I swear.
I get high fives in the hallway.
SEMO hasn't gotten any.
Why are you going to elementary schools?
No, I'm getting high fives in the hallways because I'm so loud in my room. But what my neighbors don't know is it's just me in there
That's
touching
right.
me.
Touching you.
SEMO's
Eating that
butthole
thing.
is like the animals during COVID. It hasn't been touched so long. It's starting to go back to its original habitat.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
You can only fit a penny in it now.
Well, you got to work your way again. You know, you can do it.
That's right.
I have faith in you.
That's
It's
right.
just a muscle.
Exactly.
That's right. So it's SEMO 1, round 3. Now, question number 5. Do you have a pet with loud habits, such as barking, stomping, dropping toys and shit on the ground?
Does a husband count? He's pretty hairy.
So, can I elaborate?
Go
When
on.
you say disrupting the neighbors or disrupting you?
Nah, disrupting the
No. No. My cat does not do that.
Me neither. No pets.
She disrupts the fuck out of me, but not my neighbors.
Nice. All right. We're still at 1, 2, 3. Question 6. Are you clumsy, aka constantly dropping things on the fucking ground? Like my neighbors are pretty goddamn clumsy, but Julie's kind of clumsy too. We're just lucky that there's no one under us right now. But you know.
No, I don't.
no
I don't
worse.
normally drop things once in a while, but that's normal. But no, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm clumsy in a different way. I just hung up a pull-up bar, and I've walked into it multiple times. And I also have a
Jesus.
pole in my living room, and I've walked into that a few times.
Do you forget it's
Like in
there?
the dark. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The pole hasn't like fallen off, right? Or like hit the ground.
No,
But does
no,
it make
no.
a does it make a
It's
loud
I just-
thud that neighbors could hear?
Oh, I'm sure
Oh.
it does.
So there you go.
I'm
Three
clumsy.
to
I
two,
don't
baby.
drop
3 to
things.
2.
I just walk into stuff.
Simo's gonna take a point there, you
Bruh.
guys. You see, this is what he
Bruh,
thinks
bruh, bruh.
now. Catching up. Okay. Question number 7. Do you listen to music loudly in your unit, or your headphone person?
Loudly, no. I try to be considerate.
When I'm on the stripper pole, yes.
And we have a tie game, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not during bad hours.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
during like normal.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
It's loud.
That's right, especially in the work from home era.
Right? Everything. A lot of things are still at least 3 days a week still remote. At least 3 days a week.
That's right. So we got a tie game, and
Oof.
we are almost halfway there.
Yikes.
Question number 8. Do you throw loud parties? You mean loud music, a lot of people? And if so, this is for a bonus point there. Do you check with your neighbors before you do so, or do you just surprise them like an asshole? This is a potentially a 2-point question right here.
I do not throw large parties.
I haven't, but I would love to. And if I did, I wouldn't ask.
I have to agree with Chris. If I did throw a loud party, I probably wouldn't ask permission.
Because I'm so good all the time. I'm like, I can be loud one time in a year. You know what I mean?
Well, you guys are both going to take a point, but it doesn't matter because you're both tied.
Ooh,
4 to
I'll
4.
take it.
Take that point, baby. You
Show
take
it.
that point.
Ooh.
Just kind of shows why we
Whose
have
house is this?
It's a big point.
Whose house? It's
Ron's house.
Oh yeah. All right. And I think this one might be where
The tiebreaker comes in?
Let me see. Question number 9. Aside from parties and music, are there any other times where there is excessive noise coming from your home apartment? Or home/apartment, I mean.
Just give me the point now. Just give me the point now.
Why? What is your
So,
noise? What is it?
you go out, you drink, somebody says something, next thing you know, you're arguing, top of your lungs, 2 o'clock in the morning, next 20 minutes. So, yeah, drunk and arguing, sure. Nobody's ever complained about me, but I'm sure it's annoyed people.
I know that my husband comes home after work late, and he'll run the blender because he makes these little protein shakes, and it wakes me up. I'm sure it wakes up the neighbors. It's not me. I don't do it.
I also grind
But,
fresh coffee every morning, so that also might wake up.
Oh,
And the RPMs are pretty intense, so yeah.
And Simo, to be fair, he also told us a story right here on the pod a few episodes ago about a certain habit of his boyfriend to play a little game called Street Fighter and stamp his legs on the ground as he plays it, to the point where the neighbors thought it was construction work going on. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, 'cause I had construction next door, and they were like, wow, the construction's really intense today, and I'm thinking there was no construction.
But in his defense, it is
And I
Street
thought-
Fighter. Like, there you go. It is.
Stop.
It is Street Fighter though, so I gotta.
Well, you guys, you're both at 5 and 5 now, taking another point, which might just lead to both of you just being jerks. So we're halfway done.
I have a
It's a
feeling
tie game at 5 and 5. Okay, so question number 10: are you loud in the hallway?
No,
Whether it's cursing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
no, I am always quiet in the hallway.
No, I got earphones in.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. Always be quiet when leaving or coming home. Yep. Always. My mother taught me that. So yeah, because you don't want people to know when you're coming in and out. So
Oh, I
And she
never
wants
thought of
to
it
leave
that
out
way,
the
but that makes
bathroom
sense.
when she's leaving him. You know.
no, because if you would like me to elaborate on why I'm quiet, this is a bad neighbor reference. If you would like for me to elaborate, I shall.
Go
In
on.
Florida, growing up in Florida, one time my father was very loud about us driving to New Jersey to visit family or something like that. Spent about a week in Jersey, came home, there was cat shit in the pool. Now, it wasn't a cat just took a shit in the water, there was litter on top of it still. It's like stuck to the shit. And it wasn't the litter that my mom used. So for the next 15 years, that neighbor, for some reason, we don't know why, kept throwing cat shit into our yard for the next 15 years. Still to this day, don't know why she did it. Until my mother she would fling it back, and oh yeah, I would call her a bitch to her face when I outside, yeah. But that's because we
Well,
didn't do anything to her.
I don't know how well you knew this neighbor, but I think it's pretty presumptuous to assume that it's cat shit.
Well,
Because
yeah, it was definitely cat shit.
litter.
No, let's see. I'm 30. I mean they've lived next to each other for 35 years. They're the OGs on the block, actually.
There you go.
So yeah. So that's why I'm quiet in the hallways.
I have neighbors who fucking stomp so bad when they're coming home, like the upstairs guy, which I kind of don't blame, I guess, because it's so high up. But it's like, dude, he's like a tall guy.
Do you live in a walk up?
Yeah, it's a 5 floors, so it's really not that high.
But it's a walk up.
Right.
There's no elevator.
For the 5th floor, Ty.
No.
No, that sucks.
But I try to, I'm 220 pounds, so I try to fucking go down quietly. If I can goddamn do it, everybody else can fucking do it. It's like, come on.
All right.
But also, like, sometimes my neighbors will have parties, and people they'll bring will just be the fucking worst in the hallway, which is what kills me.
Yeah.
You can, like, if you got to go up to the 5th floor, you're tired. I get it, but your fucking douchebag friends, like, just like being assholes in the hallway. It's like, or leaving trash out there. Like,
yeah. What the fuck?
McDonald's shit all over. It's like, dude, you pricks. There's a trash can right there. But some people are dicks. Okay. Well, question number.
We both got 0 on that one.
Okay. Yes. We're still 5 and 5. Question number 11.
Very competitive right now.
Trash in the hallways. Do you leave trash, clutter, or gross stuff by your apartment side of the hallway?
No.
Like, what would people leave?
Well, I had a neighbor that was downstairs, the lady that left, that was too lazy to take her dog shit out to the trash, even though she lived on the 1st floor, and the trash cans were right there. And she would leave the poop bags in the hallway outside of her door. Again.
No, I never left anything outside. No.
She had 2
what
dogs.
A dirty fucking.
It could be like trash. And no, like it's exactly. It's gross. This would be like in the summer too, when it's fucking hot as fuck in the hallways.
And if I found out I did drop anything, I pick it up. I do not leave it. No, absolutely not.
I will call 911 on that poop bandit.
Mm-hmm. Well,
no way.
I was a Karen and totally bitched, and it got taken care of. Crazy, people, crazy, man. Okay, and no, like shit that would be cluttery either. Like some jerks that leave their bikes in the fucking middle of the hallway. And you gotta go.
Oh yeah, that shit fucking sucks. That always used to piss me off.
Annoying. Some people are so annoying. Okay.
Leave their children in the hallway.
Question number 11, and you were still 5 at 5. And number 12, we already know that Ron's going to take a point here because he confessed to this in a previous question. Do you fight loudly with your significant other a lot?
I already said something. What?
Yeah, he already.
Well, then if this is a separate question, then I shouldn't get a point for that for the other one.
The question is, how often do you fight a lot?
No, not this question. The previous question. I shouldn't get a point then.
The previous question was loudness.
Fine. Just give me the point. Give me the point.
And if you rarely ever fight, then you don't have to take a point. But I can see a certain comedian getting under
his wife's nose.
Oh, it's always my fault. It's never Jess's. Yeah, it's never Jess's fault.
I'm just going by how it works in the Garcia house.
Just because
We don't fight that much.
Because
but like when we have an intense conversation, like I can be pretty intense, but I don't need to be loud to embrace that intensity. You know.
Well, my name
Well, I feel like Ron can't help it. He's an Italian.
My name ends in a vowel that's not silent. Like yours is silent, so I mean more. You know, Garcia, Prendimano. We get louder. You know, that's what we do.
That's fair. I would totally be taking.
It's like Jess will be like, "Stop yelling! I'm not yelling. I'm having a discussion."
Well, in that case,
every Italian American who heard that will agree with me 100%.
It's true. It's definitely true.
Every one of them.
I played Ron's uncle in a play, and I was like, okay, I'm playing Italian American. I gotta be even louder.
And you've met him. He is loud as hell at all times. When he whispers, he's loud.
Is this the uncle from
Uncle Andrew? Yeah, Uncle Andrew. Mm-hmm.
I like
He's
him.
wonderful. I have to see him. I haven't seen him in a while.
Let's all go to Vermont and visit.
Okay.
We'll just show up.
Yeah.
We're staying over.
He probably would be perfectly fine with that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's a very cool guy. Okay. Well, Ron has taken the lead that you don't want to take. And now it's 6-5. So Ron
still got a chance, Chris.
That's right.
I don't know.
We have 6 questions left, you guys. Okay. Simo actually alluded to this one earlier. When you wake up early in the morning for work, do you try to be quiet as to not disturb your neighbors, or do you go about your business as usual?
I don't care about my neighbors. I care about waking my husband up. I am quiet.
Yeah, I have to agree with Chris on that one. Yeah, I try, even though I do end up waking Jess up, I try not to.
Now, well, here's the thing. You did allude to grinding coffee.
So you have to remember, though, I wake up at like 11 a.m. noon every day. I'm not up at that hour.
Okay. We're gonna keep it Simo 5, Ron 6, because if you're waking up at 11 a.m.
I'll grind whatever the fuck I want at 11 o'clock in the morning. You're all at work. I just woke up.
Do you know who else wakes up around 11 a.m. or so? Unemployed people. AKA losers.
I'm a flight attendant. I have an unorthodox schedule. We've discussed this on our previous podcast.
That's right. And as comedians, we're
oh God, night owls, vitamin D deficient, you name it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have to say that I love.
Keeps me up.
Yeah.
So I have to wake up early as fuck.
I love that every audience thinks that Ron works for Southwest.
No, it's Spirit. Everyone thinks I work for Spirit.
Oh, is it Spirit?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Southwest.
No, that would be a compliment.
Yeah, that'd be
no
classic.
offense to Spirit people, but you know.
Yeah, Ron wouldn't get offended.
No, I just don't work for Spirit.
And it's every time. It was, where do you think I work? And every audience.
Spirit. I'm like, why? Why? You look trash. You work for. I'm not saying Spirit's trash. I'm just saying. Not as prestigious as Legacy.
It seems like this test is proven why.
Yeah.
Depends.
Shitty neighbor, shitty flight attendant, works for Spirit. There you go.
5 questions left.
Spirit's a fine airline.
The next time we'll have you on, we'll do, should you be working at Spirit?
God damn.
Anyways, question 14.
All right.
Are you a nosy or meddling neighbor? For example, your neighbors put up Christmas decorations you don't like, so you fucking have a problem with it. You tell them to take it down, or you call the landlord or some shit.
No,
way.
I mind my business.
I wish everyone had all the decorations.
Yeah, I can vouch for both of these guys that they're not annoying people in that sense.
Thank you, Carlos.
They annoy me in very other ways, but this particular way, they're very living.
No. Put up your decorations. Be festive.
That's right. Do what you want. Okay. Question 15. Have you ever stolen from a neighbor, whether it's packages, electricity, water, anything, newspapers?
No, I don't think so.
That's good. I'm just making sure. I had a couple packages go missing.
Definitely not. No.
Wait, can I tell you a quick story?
Go on.
I don't know if it's considered theft, if it's trash, but But my dad had a he thought he had an animal going through his trash, so he got an outside camera to take videos at night of his trash because he didn't know if it was like a fox or a possum or a raccoon, and he caught his neighbor going through his trash, Mr. Carl, and Mr.
Name
Carl was
dropping.
a
Wow.
hoarder. Oh, he's dead.
Oh,
So um,
His name is Mr. Carl.
whatever.
but he was a hoarder and he would go through stuff and like take stuff.
That's crazy.
Now, legally speaking, which is why the FBI can rifle through your trash once you put it out. Once you put stuff out in the trash and it hits the curb,
It's public.
technically it's not your
Correct.
property anymore.
Correct.
Right.
But that is fucking weird as shit. I feel like if I wanted something from my neighbor, I could literally just tell them, hey, I'm like a collector, whatever. If you have anything you think might be interesting for me, don't chuck it. Just let me
People
know.
go through my trash on
Hey.
recycling day. They're always looking for cans and stuff.
Yeah, I see that all the time too.
Oh,
And it's more
you
than
know
just
what?
homeless people too. It's like
Oh, it's
normal people,
insane.
Like I saw a guy,
And now that they're going
with,
10
like,
cents
a
in New York.
truck and his friend following him, and like literally this dude had a little flashlight on his head.
Oh, they're fucking legit about it.
He would
Yeah.
officially
I paid for
fill
this
the trunk
flashlight with
and he would-
cans.
yeah, right. But it's crazy because if you buy a van, it's very Seinfeld, like that episode where they figure out how to do the can. You get a van following you
Oh,
around,
yeah, that
and you
episode
throw
was
that
great.
shit, you make some good money. So these people had it down to like a science. So it's more than just like crazy hobos.
You
Yeah.
know what? When I first moved to New York, I lived in Forest Hills, and my landlord was this Russian couple, and they were always going through my trash. And I just thought it was so weird. I moved in around the fall. So once it became closer to Halloween, I thought it might be funny if I bought fake body parts and put them in the trash. I kept putting in fake feet and fake arms, you know what I mean? And like skulls and bones. And then one of my other neighbors said, I talked about it. My other neighbor said, "Oh, they're probably just sorting your trash. They get fined if it's not sorted, and they don't know how to tell you that in English." And I was like, "Oh no!"
If it's the landlord, yeah,
They're
but no one else should be
sorting.
touching your trash.
Yeah,
The
no,
landlord, yes.
totally.
The
The
land-
landlord, yeah, but if it's
So
just
the
random,
landlord was sorting, just taking, just like the plastic and glass out, and I was putting body parts in the bags. I felt so bad.
Well, as long as they're plastic, put them in the plastic bag. There's no need to take them out.
I mean, I know this is not stealing, but maybe this adding on should get you a point. But I'm
Yes.
just saying it's technically
Yes.
not a question.
Yes, improperly recycling and trying to scare the shit out of people. Point.
This poor guy. This should be 6-6, but it's not a question. So I technically can't give it to you, Ron.
Bullshit.
You're still winning, but you can give Simo some side eye right now. Okay, question 16. Have you ever spied on a neighbor?
Define spy.
What do you mean?
Define spy.
Okay.
Am I doing with binoculars and stuff to try to look in their house?
It could be binoculars. It could be like you're like, you hear them fighting, so you decide to see what the fuck they're fighting about. You're like listening in. It could be looking out the window. It could be checking, stalking. I don't know, all kinds
I'm
of things.
totally nosy, so yes, 100%.
I mean, it's different. Like if I hear a neighbor arguing and I peek my head out the door or look out the window, I'm just looking out of curiosity. I don't think I'm being nosy. I'm not just like, ooh, what's going on?
Now, your rationalization of this does not make it less so. I am the judge.
I understand. No, it's bullshit.
Spying. So now, why did you ask me define spying? Tell me what you had considered.
Well,
share
so
it.
as a kid, as a child that didn't own anything, sometimes you take binoculars, you look into the neighbors' houses, whatever. I was a child. I was a child, not an adult.
Yeah, he was 17 and 364 days old.
Still child. Still child.
No,
I was like 12, 11, like 9, something like that. Go ahead.
Was that before or after you tried to circumcise your cousin?
Yeah, that's right, Ron.
I think it was the same day, actually.
Now,
I spied
what's
for
the weirdest shit you ever saw?
what?
What's the weirdest shit you ever caught on those binoculars?
Nothing odd, really. Just people walking around doing stupid things. I think I saw like neighbors naked once, but that was really it. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, that counts. You definitely get a
All
point.
right.
At least the statute of limitations.
I was underage. This game sucks, Carlos.
Yeah, okay, Jeff. So Ron is running away with the game, and will not add a point for his insulting of the game since I didn't give Simo a point earlier. But we have Ron 7 and Simo 5 with 2 questions to go. Which
we could tie.
Ron, you have a chance to tie this. In which case, I'll have to come up with a way for you guys to break this. So let's see what happens. Number 17. When you have an issue with a neighbor, do you try to talk to them first? Ooh, this is a good one because this is potentially for 2 points. You have an issue with a neighbor. Do you try to talk to them first? If so, you get 0 points. Or do you immediately file the landlord complaint, which if you do that, that's a point, or call the police, which is 2 points?
It depends on what the situation is.
Neighbors, you get 0 points. If you try to file a landlord complaint, that's 1
Normally,
point.
I would talk to the neighbor first. Be perfectly honest with you. If it's something that could be rectified, like me saying like, "Hey, could you please stop doing this?" Yeah, but no. The first thing Chris, you're already like, oops. Yeah, so I'm gonna say no. I'll speak to the neighbor first. Keep the the people out of it until we have to.
Okay, Simo, lay it on us. What you got?
I haven't had any issues with my neighbors, so I wouldn't have to call the landlord. But if I did have an issue, yeah, I would call the landlord because I'm not trying to. I feel like you can't reason with crazy. So if I feel like they're
I don't think
I don't want to talk to them.
See, I don't think we should get the man involved. I'm just saying. I really don't think we should do that.
I wait. Like, for example, I had an issue with my neighbors being loud, and I tried to deal with them literally for years about it, texting them. And then literally, like, it came down to the guy being like, well, if you have that big of a problem, tell the landlord.
Okay, then you go tell the landlord.
So I went to the landlord, and the landlord told him to shut the fuck up, and things got better. So, but at that point, or when the lady was leaving poop in the hallway, like, I went to the landlord. That's at that point. What do you do?
I can't stop laughing because I did call the cops one time because I thought that my neighbor was getting beat up by her husband, but she was only having a water birth at home, and I interrupted it.
I mean, yeah, I think that was a good Samaritan thing, though.
I won't give you the 2 points for cop there, but I will give you the one for landlord.
I'm gonna be honest,
like in that situation, if he was murdering his wife and it turned out to be a hero,
Well,
better.
There you go.
If I was pushing,
it's kind of on them not telling you that they're going to be fucking giving birth in an apartment. Like, that's weird.
if I was trying to push a
that's
being out of my cervix, I would notify the neighbors and say, hey, if you hear anything, this is what's happening, or at least leave.
I mean, she was screaming, obviously, right?
Oh, screaming bloody murder. And then after the fact, around the holidays, she gave everyone this real nice Christmas themed like holiday basket, except for me. What a bitch.
Well, to be fair, the baby came out like kind of rickety after the fact.
And I called anonymously.
He has a weird wobble now when he walks.
The cops knocked on my door to complain that they interrupted a water birth. And I was like, I made an anonymous complaint. And
it wasn't me. We have the right to have a water birth in this house, goddammit.
That's right. Oh my god. That's awful. That's pretty bad.
If that baby pool got a hole in it, it would have flooded the downstairs apartment. I don't think I find issues with water births at home. Many reasons.
Oh yeah, my neighbors just flooded me yesterday because there's something wrong with their bathroom.
Oh shit, that's always the worst.
Imagine like
Was
a
it
baby
shit?
birth flooding with all that stuff. Like
I had my basement apartment flood once. That was awful.
awful. It's so annoying. You're just so powerless too.
The landlord didn't do shit until he took us to court. It was bad, yeah, and the place smelled like mold and mildew. It was awful.
Yeah, so bad. But I'm still with you, Sima. I think that person, like, if I was gonna pass a kidney stone in my apartment, I'd probably text the neighbor and be like, "Hey, you gotta do some shit." They'll be like, "Whoa!"
There we go.
Good Lord, sound like a stampede there.
Mm.
But yeah, that's on the neighbors. That's on the neighbors. But that being said, going into the final question, Simo is at 6 points and Ron is at 7, which means this is for all the marbles right here. So
How good are you, Sima? How good are you? How good of a neighbor
Well,
are
I'm
you?
gonna be
You
honest.
ain't shit.
I think I should be at 7 points because I called the cops, and that's 2-pointer.
Mm.
hey, he's confessing. Okay.
I mean,
I'll
I'm
give
just
it to
trying
you.
to be fair. I think we're tied at the moment.
I mean, you were being a good Samaritan with a good cause. I mean, I would love for you to have the point, but you should earn the point. That you were doing a good thing. But then they complained you into.
It's not even an email the landlord.
But then they complained that he interrupted the water birth, so he should get a point.
I have an impartial judge that will totally help me with this. Julie, get your booty in here. You're needed.
Does she have theme music? She should totally have theme music.
She can only be on the podcast if she brings 5 guests at $65 a pop.
Okay. Julie, you're needed. Actually, you can squeeze right in here. Join me.
Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Pregunta muy importante para ti.
Hello. But anyways, I got a scenario for you, and I need you to tell me if Simo deserves 2 points. So the question is, when you have an issue with your neighbor, do you try to talk to them first? If so, you get 0 points. Or do you immediately file a landlord complaint, which you would get 1 point? Or do you call the police, which you get 2 points? Now, Simo told us a little story where he directly called the police on a neighbor because he heard what sounded like domestic violence. Lady screaming, a lot of thumping. It turned out that it was a home birth going on, and he actually interrupted it while doing so. Now, he didn't know that. Thought maybe saving the domestic violence light. Domestic violence is very serious. So maybe we thought maybe, is he a good Samaritan? Does he get the point, or should he get 2 points because he called the cops?
I didn't knock on the door
because
first.
he didn't know the neighbor necessarily or have their number. I think the domestic violence, I would call the police. I agree, police all the way. If you'd rather be wrong than right in that situation, so.
Okay.
Oh, fucking clarity. Oh. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you so fucking much.
At least there wasn't domestic violence.
Okay. So we have an answer. It is 6-7, but Simo can still lose this one. And this one, he does have a chance at losing because Simo can be a great person, but Simo can also be bad.
I never smashed a bottle on somebody, but yet I'm stuck.
Let's see. Question number 18. When a neighbor comes to you with a complaint about something you actually do, not just like some crazy shit that they're making up, are you nice about it or do you tell them to fuck off? Like, let's say, Simo, let's say you decide to have some sexy time with this Mario. Things get squeaky. Neighbors, next day, see you in the hallway. They're like, hey, man, I heard you guys banging. It's quite loud, pretty offensive. Can you please stop that?
I would be like, oh, 2 gay people offends you?
Ron, for you,
Okay,
it's like we heard you and Jess yelling Italian things.
If they asked me and if I knew I was doing something wrong, I would try to accommodate. Sure.
And Simo, you said you'd be petty, huh?
Well, here's the thing.
I would if I.
About me.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had anyone complain about me either. Maybe like not a neighbor, my roommate maybe, but not a neighbor.
I think that I'm a pretty respectful neighbor. Like I'm not like too loud and I'm nice to everybody. So if someone were to come after me about something, I know it's gonna be some bullshit. And yeah, I'm gonna be petty as fuck. I'm gonna tell them to get the fuck up out my doorway.
Okay. However, that being said, if that's technically the question was if it's something you did, if it's bullshit, like
If something I did, I would
say
apologize. Absolutely.
If it's something that's not true that you're not actually doing, then you can be petty because that's bullshit. You got to defend yourself. So
something that
that
I
being
did,
said,
if someone said,
neither
okay, in that scenario, if someone said
point,
I could hear you having sex, I'm not going to apologize for having sex in my apartment, especially if I think that they're offended by two men boofing. So I think I would be a little petty.
Wow.
That's a tie game then.
I was going to, that changes everything. I was going to say that Seema's not taking a point, but, that's kind of dickish thing to do, Mr. Mo. So in that case, we have ourselves a tie, which
we do have a tiebreaker, I presume.
Do I have a tiebreaker? Of course, I have a tiebreaker. And Seema ran away. It seems like.
The pressure got to him. The pressure got to him.
I just kicked him out of the room. I said, "Fuck it." That's the tiebreaker.
Right? Get the fuck out. Ron wins. So yeah, that piece of shit. Oh, hey, how are you?
That's the tiebreaker.
Hey, Chris.
Whose internet connection is worse?
Canada's or?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh. I'm actually surprised mine's been pretty good. I'm surprised mine's been good. I'm grateful. I don't know, but this is
we have. Well, let's get Simo back into this biatch.
Simo come back.
Ooh, I know.
Is there? You back? I was so scared. I didn't think I'd ever see you again on the camera.
I was just startled. I last thing I heard was bum bum bum, and then my screen was like, "Phew."
I sang a song about you.
Oh, nice. Was it called?
Pretended to curse you out. No, you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
No, didn't sing that one. I said, Simo, come back.
Baby, come back.
Well,
okay.
I'm never singing for you again.
Thank you for the song.
Okay, and I have a question for the tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker, let's go.
Okay. Now, of course, every relationship at every apartment at one point or another ends. For example, Simo ended up moving to Astoria.
Ooh.
Ron moved to a house instead of an apartment.
Jamaica, Queens.
Things happen.
Jamaica man.
But when you do move, do you schedule your move, whether it's movers or your buddy helping you drag all your shit out at an appropriate time, with that being after 10 a.m., or just say, fuck it, I'm out, and get out whenever the fuck you want? And do you also, this is a two-pointer, do you stop moving at a certain time, usually around 5 p.m., which is the appropriate time for construction and things to be done, or do you just keep going to the last possible second? So this is a possible 2-point question.
All right. I'm going to ask you to repeat the question. I want to make sure I understand this, if you don't mind, sir.
Okay. So when you move out, do you schedule your move at an appropriate time, which is after 10 a.m.? It's just not be like crushing your home at 8 in the morning, waking up neighbors. And then the second part is, when as the day is going along, do you give yourself time so you can stop moving stuff around 5 p.m., which is typically when you stop hearing noise from construction and things like that? Or do you spend like all goddamn day moving out until like midnight, essentially.
Can you
Okay, fuck
use
it.
it
So,
in a sentence?
I do-
Can I
it wa-
have the country of origin?
I did schedule it after 10, but I think we ended up stopping around. I don't know. I think it was in the afternoon we did a lot of this stuff, and I think we stopped around maybe 6 or 7. But it was after 10.
Ooh, so you get
That's
one
fine.
point in this.
But I moved into a house, so it's a little different though.
Yeah, but you're moving out.
Oh, the apartment? Yeah, okay. All right. I'll take the point.
Okay, so Ron's at 8. Simo, you could win, you could lose this.
Well, if I'm
You
being
can tie
honest,
this.
I try to book the
you got?
movers as early as humanly possible, and I've done a move as early as 6 a.m.
Okay, that's a point, which would put you both at 8. What about move out? What about when you're
I'm
done?
always done within a
This
couple
decides
hours.
the whole
I mean,
mark.
I've had smooth moves always, but it's always early as possible. I don't care if it's after 10 or not.
So what's the latest you've ever been working on a
Probably
move?
noon, if that. I'm talking, I have everything packed up. The movers come in, take the boxes, put in the trucks, they drive to the next spot, drop everything off. We're done in a couple hours. So I think we're at a tie again.
Okay.
All right. Whip him out, measure him.
So this is we're at 8 and 8.
No, it's definitely not 8.
Ron is a later jerk. Simo is a earlier jerk. Okay, so we're gonna decide this one by the fighting rule. You both admitted that the arguments can get loud depending on what the issue is. And this one, I'm gonna have you text me the answer, so you can't
Let me grab my cell
be
phone,
influenced by
BRB.
each other's answer. What is the latest time in the evening? Wait, is he on? Yeah, there we go. He's grabbing his phone.
Okay, I got my phone.
There we go. He's set. Okay. What is the latest time in the evening or earliest, depending if it's morning time, that you have gotten in a loud fight with your significant other? So like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. What you got? I'm gonna go ahead and this is kind of like our final Jeopardy, I guess. So give you guys there you go. What is the latest you've been in a fight? Oh my god. Well, the point was that you two were supposed to text me separately, but you sent
He sent it to the group chat first, so you know.
But we do have the answers anyway.
Sorry.
We're lucky this is the asshole test, not the dumbass test, or else
You know-
would be on the loser.
You know, technicalities.
We do have the answers here. Simo says that the latest is 2 a.m. after the bar, which is pretty fucking bad. And I would hate to be your neighbor, but I would despise to be at the receiving end of a 4:30 in the morning Prendimano Bonanza Royal Rumble Battle Royale going on. Because
An old-fashioned
that
slobber
would get
knocker.
so loud. That's right. That would get so loud and petty that I think we'd have to move out. But with that being said, after 20 questions and 2 grueling tie-breaking rounds, we have a winner, or should I say loser, in our biggest neighbor asshole bad neighbors tournament right here in the Frat Chat podcast, because Ron Prendimano has come out ahead with 9
points in a very tight match to Simo's 8.
Wait. Can you
So I don't know if
repeat the
Simo
word
should feel
tight
good about himself.
again? I just want to make sure.
Because it was
Can
very
you repeat
close.
the word tight again? I just want to make sure that all of our listeners hear that. A very, very tight.
That's right. Very tight.
Yes. Okay. Thanks.
Super tight.
You hear that, listeners?
Oh, yeah, Simo.
I don't think Simo was honest, to be honest with you.
Honest? I think I'm
Oh.
over.
I don't think Simo was honest.
How about you stand on a chair and say it to my
I don't think you're
face,
that
you little
nice.
bitch.
Oh.
I'm honest.
So we got a bad neighbor and a sore loser too.
Yeah,
That's the Florida way.
it's all right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, Ron, you are our bad neighbor. You are the biggest jerk, but we still love you. But that was our tournament, you guys. So let us know what you thought, and let us know yourself what your score is. Are you a bad neighbor? Are you a jerk? Should we call you a piece of shit? Or are you an angel? Let us know. Follow us on all social channels at Frat Chat Podcast. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on Twitter/X. It's on Threads and it's on YouTube. Oh, yeah. You can also give me a follow at Carlos Does the World on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Threads. Carlos Does World on X. You can get my buddy Simo over there. Follow at chris.moore.comedy on TikTok and Instagram, and Seymour Comedy on Twitter/X. And my good buddy Ron Prendimano over here. Give a follow on Instagram as well at Rev_Ron_Prendimano for all the gigs, all the updates, where we'll be, what shows, where we'll be popping the funny, stand-up content, pictures, and everything else. You can follow Simo on Grindr at chris.moore.comedy for pics and angels. Yeah. I know Mr. Mo and Mr. Ron, it's time to go. Thank you so much for playing along. We love you. And we'll be back next week. Another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of
I'm going to adjourn this meeting.
And I second. Special because Ron the biggest loser. We love you.
Bye.
Thanks fucking Florida, Ron. See ya.